Hey everybody, Console Collector here. For today's video, I want to talk about a few games that I think should get a remake or remaster. These are just a few games that I really enjoyed, and I think they'd be really awesome on modern day consoles and platforms, whether it be a remake or a remaster. The first game I want to talk about is one of my favorite games for the N64, and that is Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was a first-person shooter on the N64. It was basically the spiritual successor to GoldenEye. However, I feel Perfect Dark is just better than GoldenEye in every way. Graphically, gameplay, the soundtrack, even just the multiplayer, more guns, just overall a better game in general. I really enjoyed the story on this one, especially the part where you're breaking into Area 51 to save Elvis the alien. I just really love that. So, why would I want this game to be a remake or remaster? I would actually prefer this one to get a remake because it is available actually on the Xbox One Rare Replay as a remaster. It looks great on there. It's perfectly fine to play. It's better actually than the N64 version in my opinion, having the dual joystick controls and all that. However, it still is just a polished up N64 game really. I think this game with modern day graphics would be amazing. All the details and stuff they could do. I know games aren't always about graphics, but I just feel like this game is perfect, no pun intended, and having a modern day remake would be really awesome. Next up, I want to talk about one of my favorite Nintendo GameCube games, and that is Mario Superstar Baseball. Looking at this game, why isn't this put on the Switch? I know, right? We've got Mario Golf, we've got Mario Tennis, and we even recently got Mario Strikers, which is the soccer game. But no baseball. They're basically taking Nintendo GameCube Mario sports games and putting them on the Switch. So why not baseball? This game is fun. It's awesome. And honestly, graphically, it's held up really well. You could play this now on a GameCube and people would think it's a Switch game. It would be perfect on the Switch. I don't know why they haven't done it. I'm not really a sports kind of fan. I don't play many sports games, but these Mario sports games are just so awesome and so fun. So I really think this one should be ported to the Switch. What's great about this one, in my opinion, is the crazy roster in this game. You got like Donkey Kong, you got Diddy, you got Birdo, some of the staples, but there's even odd characters like Dry Bones in it, and some of those guys from Mario Sunshine, the Islanders. Like, crazy roster in this, and that's one of the most impressive things about this. And up to 4 players. They could easily do 8-player on the Switch with this. There's even mini games. Like, again, why isn't this on the Switch? Maybe they're going to put it on the Switch. They haven't announced it yet, but at the time of this video, when I'm recording it, there's no news of this coming to the Switch. Maybe I'm predicting the future. Who knows? But I would really love to see Mario Superstar Baseball put on the Switch, whether it's a brand new baseball game, kind of like they're doing with Strikers, or just port this thing. Either way, I'd like to see some Mario Baseball on Nintendo Switch. Next up, we're going to talk about a PlayStation 1 game that's rare, obscure, and very expensive. And that is the Misadventures of Tronbon. I talk about this game fairly often on this channel, and for good reason. It's a great game. Honestly, the graphics haven't aged the best. It's still playable, but I think with some polish and some cleaning up on it, it could really work on a modern day console. I think more specifically the Nintendo Switch maybe. One thing that this game does have, which would be kind of hard I think to deal with in modern day consoles, is the controls. If you ever played this or the Mega Man Legends games, you know what I'm talking about. The controls are very unique, but I'm sure they could figure a way to adapt them to modern day consoles. Just thinking about that actually, it would even be better if they did like a collection, the Mega Man Legends collection maybe, have Mega Man Legends 1 and 2 plus Tronbon. I think that would be so cool. Like I mentioned, this game is very rare and expensive, so not a lot of people have played this game, and that's really too bad because it is a ton of fun, and it's a great story, and, it's very addicting. Even if they just ported it or did a remaster, I think it would do us all a favor because this game needs to be played by Mega Man fans. And as it stands right now, the only way to play this game is emulation or, of course, having the really rare and expensive physical copy. So yeah, I hope to see the Misadventures of Tronbon remastered or remade for modern consoles. Next game I want to talk about, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. Kind of seeing a trend here, I know. And that is Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy Kong's Quest. This game is a ton of fun. I know I keep saying that, but there's a reason. I want fun games that I love to be remastered or ported. So yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Super Nintendo. There's always that debate of which is the best Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo. You know, me personally, I think they're all great, but 2 is hands down my favorite. I just love the different gameplay styles between Diddy and Dixie. You know, the soundtrack, just pure gold. 100% one of the best soundtracks in gaming ever on this game. I could actually go on about Donkey Kong Country 2, you know, for an hour, but we're going to keep this video short. I really hope that this game could make it on modern day consoles. Not necessarily because it's hard to play. You know, you can emulate it. You can play it on your Super Nintendo Classic. There's ways to play it, but I just think it would be cool to have it on the Nintendo Switch. You know, take it anywhere you want, play it on the go. Now, before you guys point out that it actually has had a port before on the Game Boy Advance, so you could play it portably, that is true. There's nothing wrong with the GBA port. I just find the Super Nintendo original is much better with sound, control, all that stuff. And plus, the GBA is, what, almost 20 years old now? So yeah, I think it's time to bring this game to modern day consoles. What would actually be even better is if they did Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 in the collection on the Switch. I think that thing would sell like hotcakes. So yeah, Nintendo, I'd love to see Donkey Kong Country 2 on Nintendo Switch, but I would be even more happy with a Super Mario All-Stars kind of deal like they did on the Switch, but with the Donkey Kong Country games. Next game I want to talk about is a fairly obscure, not really well-known PS3 game, and that is Naughty Bear. This is the Double Trouble version, but there's actually a couple different versions of Naughty Bear. I would be happy with any of them. If they did a collection with all of them, that'd be awesome. But even just with the regular first edition of Naughty Bear, I'd be fine with that. What is Naughty Bear, though? Basically, you're a very bad teddy bear and you go around de-stuffing other teddy bears. It's basically like you're playing Jason Voorhees, or I guess Freddy Krueger, hunting other teddy bears and de-stuffing them. I'll let your imagination run with that one. But yeah, you're a bad teddy bear and you do bad things to other teddy bears. It's actually a lot of fun. It's kind of, how do I put this? Gory in a stuffed bear kind of way. Like, you know, you can do things like, or pokey pokey pokey, or grind them up. Like, there's so many different ways to de-stuff the teddy bears. I remember when my older kid was younger and he walked in and I was playing this, he's like, "What are you doing to that teddy bear?" I'm like, nothing. He's like, "You're like defeating the other teddy bears." And that was his way of like saying, you know, ending the other teddy bears. He was very confused why cute little teddy bears were being taken out by this mean looking dirty teddy bear. Honestly, just, you got to play Naughty Bear because it's so different and fun. So yeah, I think Naughty Bear would be really awesome on modern day platforms. It is pretty violent, but in a teddy bear way. But yeah, I'd love to see this ported or remastered or even remade on a modern day console. Next game, one of my favorite games of all time, Left 4 Dead 2. I would love to see a remake of this game put on modern day consoles. Not necessarily a remaster, because you can actually still play this through backwards compatibility on the Xbox. So I would love to see a remake of this, where, you know, updated graphics. I don't know, controls are great in it actually, but yeah, just a modern day version of it I think would be so fun. And I'm not talking about like Back 4 Blood. That's not Left 4 Dead. They tried to be like Left 4 Dead, but it's just not Left 4 Dead. Something about Left 4 Dead 2. True classic, great multiplayer, versus mode is the best. I would absolutely love to see Left 4 Dead 2 remade for modern day consoles. Just a little bit about Left 4 Dead. It's a first-person shooter. It's a zombie survival game, I guess. Not really horror, but a zombie survival shooter game, I guess. I do this with LAN parties here at my game room, and we have, like, you know, on average 5 to 8 people playing, and it's just so much fun, especially LAN parties, having us all together playing, you know, versus mode. It's honestly some of the best fun I have with video games, even today. This game is just a true classic, never gets old, great with friends. I would really love to see a modern day remake of Left 4 Dead 2, or Valve, you could just give us Left 4 Dead 3. I'd be happy with that too. So yeah, Left 4 Dead 2. Really love to see a modern day version. Alright, so one more game I want to talk about, but I want to give an honorable mention. I was going to feature this fully in this video, then I decided not to because there's actually a modern version of this series out now. But I want to talk about Fatal Frame. I thought Fatal Frame, especially Fatal Frame 2, would be great with a remake. Not a port, not a remaster, but a remake. I think these games are really awesome, really scary, and to have the Fatal Frame series brought into modern day graphics could be just truly terrifying. Like I mentioned, there is a newer Fatal Frame game out now, which looks great and plays great. It's just really short. I think having the original 3, even in the collection, brought out or remade on modern day consoles would be awesome, because not a lot of people experience these. And again, they're really great horror games. They haven't aged the greatest. They're still fine, they're playable, but I think with those modern day graphics, they would be truly terrifying. So just a quick shout out to the Fatal Frame series, especially Fatal Frame 2. I think those would be great with remakes on modern day consoles. Last, but definitely not least, one of my favorite games of all time, my favorite Pokemon game of all time. I'm talking about Pokemon Heart Gold. Now, this is actually a remake of the original Pokemon Gold for the Game Boy Color. This is the DS version. But hear me out. Pokemon Heart Gold and Gold are fantastic games. You get to start in the Johto region, play through, get all the gyms, become the champion. Then you get to go to the Kanto region, which is the original Gen 1 region, and battle all those gym leaders. And then you fight Red at the top of the Mount Silver. Like, such great games. Huge game. I believe it's one of the biggest Pokemon games ever, because you get 16 badges in it, which is just crazy. So much to do in this game. I love this game so much. I would really love to see a modern day remake of this game, preferably in the Pokemon Let's Go style. I loved Let's Go's games. I thought they did Gen 1 total fan service, and I loved it. I'm a Gen 1er, as they call me, and yeah, that was a really great series remade into modern day graphics. So there's like been rumors floating around, and I always see like these fake leaks of like Pokemon Pichu and Meryl, like Pokemon Let's Go Pichu and Meryl, and I think that would be a great idea. I really hope Nintendo out there will do a modern day Let's Go version of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Gold and Silver as they're known. Just really great Pokemon games. I love them. Please do that. That would be definitely my first choice of all these games, would to have a game like that made by Nintendo. Alright guys, so that was a few games that I would love to have a remake or remaster on modern day consoles. What are some of the games you would love to see remade or remastered on a modern day console? Let me know in the comments below. There's lots of great games out there. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to see remade or remastered. Alright, that's going to wrap up today's video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. You can follow me on social media. The information is on screen now and in the description below. I want to thank everybody for watching. I am the Console Collector, and until the next video, happy gaming.